All right, today we're going to talk about one of the most powerful and honestly most misunderstood tools for success, the word no. We tend to think of it as, a negative, a closed door. But what if I told you that saying no could be the single greatest investment you ever make in your financial future? Let's get into it and uncover the real, hidden value of saying no. So let me just ask you this straight up. Think about your last week. How many times did you say yes? Yes to a new idea. Yes to a little favor for someone. Yes to a project that, if you're being honest, wasn't really aligned with your main goal. That impulse we all have to be agreeable, well, it might just be the very thing that's quietly draining your bank account. You see, every single yes comes with a hidden price tag. It's not something you're going to see on a credit card statement, but you're paying for it with a currency that's way more valuable, your focus. This quote absolutely nails it. Your commitment, your energy, it's a finite resource. When you say yes to everything that comes your way, you're spreading that commitment so thin that no single thing gets the powerful focus yes it actually needs to succeed. Yeah, just picture your focus and your energy as your most valuable assets. And they're limited, right? So every yes you give out takes a little piece of that asset. A yes to a brand new hobby, another side project, or even just a quick meeting. They all chip away at the energy you have for the one thing that truly matters. So how do we even measure this invisible expense? Well, luckily, economics gives us the perfect tool for the job. It's called opportunity cost. And understanding this one concept is the absolute key to seeing the true financial hit your choices are having. To put it really simply, for every single thing you say yes to, you are by default saying no to something else. It's the value of the path you didn't take. And here's the kicker, we almost never stop to actually calculate what that value is. So here's what that looks like in the real world. When you say yes to that shiny new mobile app idea, it means you're saying no to finally finishing that ebook you've been grinding on for months. Taking on that small side project, well, that's actively stopping you from reaching true mastery and the much bigger paycheck that comes with it in your main business. And this right here is the bottom line. You can't take 10 half-finished projects to the bank. You can't pay your mortgage with good intentions and scattered effort. Real financial returns only come from focused, concentrated energy that leads to a finished, valuable thing. Diluted energy, it just disappears. Okay, so if a yes is an expense, then a strategic no has to be an investment. It's a conscious choice to protect your most valuable assets, your time, your focus, and put them where they're going to generate the biggest possible return. Here's the best way to think about it. Imagine your mental energy is literally your capital in a bank account. Every morning, you wake up and you've got a fresh deposit. The only question is, how are you going to invest it today? And this chart just lays out the two paths you can take. You could be the scattered investor, right? You put a little bit of capital into 10 different low-yield ideas. What's the result? You get 10 projects that you've started, but you have no significant growth. Or you can be the focused investor. You put all your capital into one single high-yield project, your main thing. And that's where you see a real tangible gain. This quote from Mel Robbins just captures the whole strategy perfectly. Your attention is like sunlight for your goals. If you try to scatter it across a dozen little seedlings, none of them are going to thrive. But if you focus all that sunlight on one, you can grow a really strong tree. So how do we actually put this into practice? How do you tell the difference between a low-yield distraction and a high-yield investment? What you need is a strategic filter, a super simple 3-question test. Before you say yes to anything new, just run it through this filter. First up, does this directly serve my number one goal right now? Be ruthless with your answer. Second, what's the opportunity cost? What amazing progress could I make on my main business with these same hours? And third, and this one is so important, check your motivation. Are you just saying yes for that little dopamine hit you get from starting something new? Because that rush wears off fast, and it just leaves you with another half-done project. At the end of the day, saying no isn't about being negative or mean. It's about being radically, intensely focused. It's the discipline of protecting your precious energy for the very, very few things that are actually going to move the needle. And that's what separates good from great. Look, theory is great, but real change only happens when you take action. So, here is your first strategic move. It's a clear, simple mission for you for this week. And your entire mission comes down to just one number: 3. It's small enough that you can definitely do it this week, but it's big enough to start building a powerful new habit. Your mission is this simple. Find at least 3 things to say no to this week. Could be a new idea you have, a request from a coworker, or an invitation that just doesn't line up with your goals. Just 3 strategic no's. And when you do it, I want you to reframe the whole act in your mind. You're not just saying no to some distraction. You are actively, consciously, and strategically investing in the most important project there is, your own dream. As you start saying no to all the noise, you create space. You free up your capital. You generate real focus. So the real question isn't what you'll say no to. It's what will all those no's finally allow you to give a true, powerful yes to? What dream will you finally fully invest in?